Hey, vegans in the wild over 50. Well, I was very excited to find that, or to remember this morning that I had actually brought some steel cut oats with me when I left Knoxville 3.5 years ago. And I still have a bunch. And so I was running out of the regular oats, and I was wondering if I should be using quinoa or brown rice or couscous. And I'm kind of an oats breakfast kind of girl, and so I was able to use my steel cut oats in here. I used 1/4 cup of oats and 3/4 cup of water and 1/4 cup of plant milk. I like that stuff. And the recipe that I saw online also said to add butter or coconut oil, so I did that with my little vegan butter that I made the other day. And that's the butter, it will melt. And then my usual chia seeds, cinnamon, what else is in here? Pecans, apples, half an apple chopped up, and I guess that's it. I put the raisins in later because I don't like them cooked. Maple syrup. I have a maple syrup agave blend because it was only $4 at Trader Joe's instead of like $12 for maple syrup. So I'm going to cook it in my little cooker, and as I recall, 1/4 of this, which is 1/4 cup, lasted a half hour. I believe I took Ziggy on a walk right after I did that, and so that will cook for a half hour. The steel cut oats need to cook longer than regular oats. So when I very first hit the road, I had my little rocket stove, and I would make my coffee and then put my steel cut oats and things in the pan on top of the rocket stove and just let it burn out when I took Oreo for her walk. And when I came back, the steel cut oats were cooked perfectly. So it's not that hard. I don't know why I don't eat them more often. And here's Mr. Ziggy, and he had his vet appointment the other day, a mobile vet, so he didn't have to see any other dogs. And she gave me some flea medicine for him because he's been covered with ticks since Sturbridge, Massachusetts. And first they were just walking on him, and now I've actually had to pull off about 5, and every day there's 1 or 2 more. So as much as I don't like to give him anything toxic, I can't use Wondercide because I'm on the road, so I can never break the egg cycle. Wherever I go, you have to you treat the yard and house with the Wondercide and the pets and the bedding, and then you do the same thing again 7 to 10 days later, and that breaks the egg cycle. And then you do it once a month after that. So I'd be spending a fortune treating every place I go and then leaving before even the month was up. So it would be useless. So unfortunately I had to take those extreme measures. However, it's been about 50 minutes since he took it, and you can see he doesn't really feel well. He's kind of curled up. I brought him outside because when I treated Oreo, when we first moved to Tennessee, Oreo and Buddy got infested very badly, and I gave them the medicine, and the fleas were squirming off Oreo. It was horrendous. They just were oozing out of her big thick triple coat. But I don't see any on Ziggy, and it's been 45 minutes. So hopefully it's just a preventative for future ticks and fleas. Everything looks like a flea when you think you have fleas. That's just a crumb. Can I see your belly, honey? No. I didn't see any. The ticks were all over his head. And I see nothing. So there's a good boy. That one? Nope. So yeah, I don't see any fleas on it, but I'll keep a lookout. See if there's any dead ones, and I'll update. All right, everybody, stay wild and stay vegan.